theme for this convention is truth and beauty. And for the past more than 1 year, we have been working every single day on this building, Blavatsky Bungalow. It's a heritage building in India. It's a building that came to the Theosophical Society. It's named for Blavatsky, but it came to us after her time, after she had died and gone. But still, it's a place that has a very, very rich history. Not just in terms of the Theosophical Society, but in terms of India itself. No less people than Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate poet from India. He would come to stay here. He had been to Adyar 7 different occasions. On one particular occasion, he chose to stay here so that he could take a retreat and restore himself. He's been here. Mahatma Gandhi. On the other side of the building, once you go inside, which I'm going to want you to go in and take a look at what has been done for yourself, Mahatma Gandhi was here with Annie Besant and others. So it's a place that's rich in history. But for many, many years, we, who are the keepers of this jewel, had neglected it. Really, it hadn't gotten the sort of attention or the sort of care that it warranted. And so, as the main project in this recent renovation, which we have undertaken, and to which many of you who are here now have contributed, not just in terms of your goodwill, but in terms of the necessary sorts of funds to make something like this possible. Well, over the last year and a half, we have been steadily working on this, and it has been a labor of love, but it has been a labor. If you had been here last year at this time, you would have barely been able to see the facade, because it was covered in scaffolding. Wherever you would look at the facade, there were chips and shavings taken out of it. Our maintenance of the building over the 100+ years that it has been in our possession was not appropriate to really what the building was asking for. And in all honesty, the sorts of technologies that were involved in the building of this had disappeared. Just briefly, the problems that we had with this structure, almost all of them were related to water. Water infiltrating, water not being able to be taken out. These buildings were made to breathe. Unlike the buildings we have today, they were made with the idea that they are living things and that they respond best to the living beings that live inside of them when they're allowed to breathe. They would take the water from the earth and breathe it out into the air so that they could cool the people that lived inside. We lost track of that. Where they used to use lime plaster, we used concrete. Where they used to use other materials, we tacked on wooden additions. All of that we removed. Every bit of it had to be taken out. And it, as I say, was a labor of love, but it also required a very special sort of talent and skill that it's difficult to find. We found it. I should say that when this project first began, we're going back 4 years. Mikhail Haas, who is standing right there. And put your hand up, please, Mikhail. Architect from the Netherlands. His main renown is in the field of environmental architecture. And he was able to come and see and speak to the needs that were here, to participate in locating and working with the people who could do this work. And now, it's what you see here. We have, we especially wanted this inauguration to take place after dark, for reasons which I think are obvious. The building is beautiful in the daytime, but In the daytime, to a certain extent, you imagine its inner light. Here now, you see it glow. We have done the changing sorts of lights. We can set them on anything that we want. They're not necessarily going to always be green or blue. Probably on different days of the year, we'll highlight different things. But just so that you get the idea. It's a labor of love. It's a piece of beauty. And as proper custodians, we feel that we have done our utmost in restoring that beauty once again. I think we sometimes take the beautiful for granted, but quite frankly, it's something that exerts a power. When we stand in the presence of something like this, when we study within it, when we have classes, lectures, as it is now fit to do once again, it's not just a matter of the lecturer, it's a matter of another presence that we invite, the presence of the Blavatsky Bungalow, the history of the beings who have been here. So, I'm not here to take up our time with any sort of talk. What I really would like to do is to invite you to come inside of your Blavatsky Bungalow, to see the way that it has been lovingly restored for you. Well, in that case, I think enough of my voice. Should I open the door? I'm having trouble hearing every voice. Let me hear one. The building speaks. Come.
ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ